If you struggle with weight loss, it's not a lack of discipline, it's a lack of knowledge. I was hitting my head against the wall for a very long time until I learned the truth and transformed my body. So here's how you can do the same. Start with learning before expecting results. What I want you to implement from this video is I want you to start obsessing over weight loss but forget about any of the results that accompany it. I want you to start learning about it. I want you to spend a lot of time researching what works and what doesn't, who the gurus are and who the real people giving real actionable advice in this space are. Watch the videos, try all the diets, see what works for you and see what you like. You're gonna have to go through a lot of trial and error within the first couple of months of dieting to actually get any real noticeable results later down the road. Don't expect to see any major changes in the first couple of months of diet and exercise. Typically, I find that beginners getting into weight loss need to go through this phase of dieting, which lasts from 1 to 3 months, called the pit of despair. This is that beginning phase where you make no progress and it feels like everything is hopeless. You're running headfirst against the wall, you're making no visible changes, you're putting in a lot of hard work and nothing seems to be happening. This is very demotivating, but what you need to realize is that you're not physically leveling up, but you're mentally changing like crazy. You need to rule out as many things that don't work as possible, and this is what happens in that pit of despair. You're ruling out all the diets that don't work, but I want you to realize that the one diet that will work for you will change your life. It's kind of like gambling with the lottery in a sense, but the odds are in your favor because there's only like 100 different diets that you would have to try, right? So the odds of you finding it are like 1 in 100 or like 1 in 50 because a lot of diets are similar to each other. So once you find that 1 in 50, it's gonna stick out and rise to the top and give you exponential results compared to any of the other ones. Once you find something that works, you need to be careful, and I must warn you, don't get stuck in an echo chamber. Be unbiased as possible and really give every single dieting method and every single diet hack a shot. If one umbrella of dieting methods works for you, you can lean into it more, but don't fall into that dieting cult mentality where this is your diet and this is the best diet and this is why this diet regulates your glucose levels better and it provides better insulin sensitivity because eating this causes too much oxidative stress, and on and on. Because if you've been around the block and you've tried a bunch of different diets, you'll find that every diet has a health benefit and a health negative, and at the end of the day, it's very hard statistically to differentiate which one is the best. So stick to the one that allows you to lose the most weight and feel the best physically and mentally, and don't go hitting on other people's preferences because at the end of the day, everyone's body is different, right? So don't fall into that cult mentality and don't get stuck in an echo chamber. Really try everything because you might really fall in love with one diet. Like at the very start, I was only calorie tracking and I hated keto, but now later down the road, I lower my carbs. I eat fewer carbs than I used to now. So your opinions can change drastically over the years. Don't let your girlfriend stop you from finding your wife. So the last component of this dieting knowledge is a bunch of different hacks and lifestyle changes that you can make throughout your life. So what we have to do is learn the hacks. Learn all the little 5% boosts that give you consistency, that give you adherence to your diet that you can implement quite easily. All the ones to suppress appetite, all the ones to boost your metabolism. You want to add them all into your diet because over time they do add up and make quite a big noticeable difference. So here's just a small list of mine that come to mind. Leaving most of my calories for later in the afternoon to not overeat at night. And so logically from this, I like to skip breakfast. Not eating many carbs as my first meal. I just feel like it keeps me satiated throughout the day, and now research also suggests that, not spiking your insulin first thing in the morning, especially as your first meal, is much better when it comes to promoting satiety. Higher protein. I keep my protein intake higher. This also keeps me satiated. I also have a higher fiber intake, so I eat more vegetables. This is once again promoting satiety. I don't drink my calories. If you drink calories, this is the fastest way to gain weight accidentally. I drink coffee, which suppresses your appetite. It boosts your baseline dopamine by a little bit. I don't buy junk food. I don't keep it inside of the house because then I'm much more likely to eat it. And I also prepare my meals in advance so I don't burden myself with decision fatigue and cave into foods that I wasn't supposed to eat. If you want to 10x your weight loss results, press the first link in the description and join our free Skool group. At 100 members, I'll make it paid, so if you join now, you get it free for life. If I gave you anything of value, consider subscribing to the channel and don't forget to stay savvy with your diet.